Dear students, we have studied Unit 1 and 2 and found out that this lesson is very thoughtful. Now, I start the third unit. In life, every man has twin obligations. Obligations to his family, to his parents, to his wife and children. And he has an obligation to his people, his community, his country. Nelson Mandela wants to say in his autobiography that in human life, every man has two duties or responsibilities. Duties to his family, to his parents, to his wife and children. This type of duty or this type of obligation is called personal obligation. And the second obligation is impersonal, beyond his family, beyond his parents, beyond his wife and children. And this impersonal obligation, duty, is to his people, to his countrymen, his community, his society, his country. And we are also able to fulfill both these two obligations. We fulfill our obligation, duty to our family and to our country also. In a civil and human society, civil means polite, human means refined, sophisticated, cultured. Each man is able to fulfill those obligations, both these responsibilities. Responsibility or duty to his family, to his parents, to his wife and to his children. And every man is also able to fulfill his obligation to his people, to his community, to his country. According to his own inclinations, according to his own tendency, according to his own interest and abilities, capabilities, a person fulfills these two duties in a civil and human society, like India also. But you know that South Africa in the first decade of the 20th century was not a civil society, in civil society, not human society, in human society. That was a rough society where apartheid was implemented, where one black person was treated differently by the white people. This was a discrimination. So, South Africa was different in the first decade of the 20th century. In a country like South Africa, it was almost impossible for a man of my birth and color to fulfill both of those obligations. So it was quite impossible for a human being because Nelson Mandela belonged to a native South African family and his color was black. So he was unable to fulfill both of those obligations or duties. Either he was able to fulfill his personal obligation to his family, to his parents, to his wife and to children, or he was able to fulfill his obligation to his people, to his community, to his country. At one time, Nelson Mandela, due to his birth and color, unable to fulfill both of those obligations. Because in South Africa, a man of color who attempted to live as a human being. What is the role of a human being? The role of a human being is to fulfill both two obligations, personal obligation to family and impersonal obligation to his country. But in South Africa, if a man tries to live as a human being, was punished and isolated. If a person fulfills his duty towards country, he will be punished. He will be demanded, he will be wanted in the eyes of South African police. And he will be isolated, he will be made lonely, he will be boycotted. In that course, he will run from his house, he will lead a rebellious life, he will become a rebellion like Chandrasekhar Azad or Shahid Bhagat Singh. Because those revolutionary persons like Sardar Bhagat Singh, Chandrasekhar Azad did not remain in their houses in daytime. When the sun set after late evening, they would appear and run here and there and do their work according to their mission. In South Africa, a man who tried to fulfill both his duty to his people was inevitably ripped from his family. If a man in South Africa tries to fulfill his duty to his people, to his community, to his country, was unavoidably ripped, cut off from his family. He will be rebellion and his home and was forced. That person who will fulfill his duty to his people, that person will be forced to live a life apart. He will be forced to live a separate life. He will not live in his house. He will come to his house after the sunset. So he will have a twilight existence. He will lead a half life. In the daytime, he will run from his house, and after sunset in the night he will come. So he will have the existence of secrecy. He will have half secret life, not full life. He will enjoy half life of secrecy and rebellion. I did not in the beginning choose to place my people above my family. Nelson Mandela says that in the beginning he did not give much priority to his people above his family. It means he gave much priority to his family. But in attempting to serve my people, but when he was a law graduate, he found that he did not get basic and honorable freedom. So he wanted to serve his people. He became a social worker. So when he tried to serve his people, he found that he was prevented, he was prohibited, he was stopped from fulfilling his obligation as a son, a brother, a father, and a husband. When he tried to serve his countrymen, when he tried to serve his country, then he was cut off from his house. He was unable to fulfill his obligation as a son, a brother, a father, and a husband. Now he was wanted in the eyes of South African police. With the fear of being caught by South African police, he was running here and there. No, he wanted actual freedom because Nelson Mandela thought that South Africa was his own country and the foreigners like the Britishers, like the Dutchies, they had become their rulers. And there was human disaster in his country. One black people was treated differently. One black person was less valued by white person. He wanted freedom now. I was not born with a hunger to be free. No, what he wanted, freedom. South African people were not born with a hunger to be free. Nelson Mandela was also not born with a hunger to be free. That I will take birth and start craving for my freedom. I was born free. When he was born and when he was a child, he had got every freedom. He was free in every way, in every respect that I could know, that he could know, free to run in the fields. Nelson Mandela, as a boy, was free to run in the fields near his mother's hut, free to swim in the clear stream that ran through his village. He was free to swim in the clear small river that ran through his village. Free to roast mealies under the stars. Nelson Mandela, as a boy, was free to bake maize, roast mealies under the sun, under the light of stars at night time. And he was also free to ride the broad backs of slow-moving bulls. As long as I obeyed my father and abided by the customs of my people, I was not troubled by the laws of man or God. Nelson Mandela here says that as long as he obeyed his father, you know that your father also gives you many instructions because he wanted good for you. That's why he always warns you that this is a bad thing you should not do. So as long as Nelson Mandela obeyed his father and abided by means obeyed the customs of his tribe, of his community, I was not troubled. He was not troubled. Nelson Mandela was not troubled. Why he was not troubled? Because he obeyed his father. Because he abided by the customs. Because he obeyed the rules of his tribe, community. I was not troubled. He was not troubled by the laws of man or God. He was never troubled when he obeyed his father and when he obeyed the rules of his community. But when he disobeyed his father, when he broke the customs of his tribe, he was troubled by the laws of man, which was made by white man. It was only when I began to learn that my boyhood freedom was an illusion. At first, in the beginning, he knew that he had got every freedom as a boy, but when he was a law graduate, when he found that a white young man who is less talented gets better job than him, then he wanted the basic and honorable freedom. He found that his boyhood freedom was an illusion, was a deception, was false. And when he found that his freedom was already taken from him, he wanted to crave for it, he wanted to desire for it. Now he found that his boyhood freedom was an illusion, was temporary, transitory. When I discovered as a young man that my freedom had already been taken from me, that I began to hunger for it. Nelson Mandela began to crave for it, began to desire for it. At first, as a student, I wanted freedom only for myself. When I was a boy, when he was a student, he wanted freedom only for himself, not for his people. The tentative freedoms, he wanted the temporary freedoms of being able to stay out at night when he was allowed by his parents. Okay, you should spend your night with a friend, you should stay out from the house and you can live anywhere with your friend. He found that he had got freedom. And when he was allowed to read what he pleased, he thought that he had got freedom. And when he was allowed to go anywhere he chose, he wanted to go, he thought that he had got real freedom. But later on, when he was a law graduate, when he wanted to get his job according to his potential, according to his talent, he found that this was not real freedom. This was the transitory freedom. This was the temporary freedom. Now he wanted what? Basic and honorable freedom. Dear students, you also want basic and honorable freedom. Every person wants honor and prestige in his life. Later, as a young man in Johannesburg, when he was a law graduate, I yearned, he desired, he craved for the basic and honorable freedom of achieving my potential. To achieve anything according to his potential, according to his talent. He found that a white young man who was less talented was getting better job than his. And it was his country. He was the native person of South Africa. Nelson Mandela was native person of South Africa but he was not getting better job than the white person. She wanted basic and honorable freedom. Then he found that his freedom was already taken from him. And when any person finds that his thing, which is much value, is taken from him, he wants to crave for it, he wants to get it. And this also happens with Nelson Mandela. He wanted to earn my keep. He wanted to earn money for his keep, for his maintenance. Of marrying and having a family. Nelson Mandela wanted